They went into Europe. I got homegirls who told me this with their grandparents. They got invitations in Europe saying, hey, come to the United States, free land. You could come. You could start over again. You can get away from Queen Lizzie and Elizabeth and the lizard of mass destruction. And you could bring your whole family. You don't have to be under tyranny, throwing poop out the window. You could come. You don't have to worry about yellow disease, red death, black death. Okay? So you could come over. So when they came over, they weren't told that a whole bunch of indigenous were already living here. They were just given the invitation. Like the migrants. Does it smell like a similar thing with the migrants? So when they got here and they saw the indigenous, they were like, yo, we didn't know we were coming over to the United States and it was going to be people living in. Oh, well, listen, don't worry about it. We're going to give you arms so that you can gentrify. Just, incentivize the native savages to leave. So everyone who likes to have your gun rights, you must realize the only reason you have it is because that was part of the Constitution. It was added to the Constitution because it was a way of sanitizing the whole savages that were living over here harmonious with each other, or non, because some of them were savages too. They were buck wild too. And it was their landmass where they were living, so they could do whatever they want. But they were incentivized and given arms, and so they could sanitize and get rid of all of the disgusting, savage, bare-breasted, brown, copper, indigenous, Asiatic people here. Okay? So why do I share this? Because this is a program, y'all. I told you this is a simulation. It's always going to be the same simulation over and over again. So what are you seeing? Your fake, holographic, non-president sending invitations with his own agencies going over into South America, Africa, over in the Middle East, giving invitations, because these men are not coming over with their families, y'all. Okay. Oh, hold on. I got company. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, that's a package. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, coming over to the country, you said Westworld, coming over to the country, incentivizing all this madness, coming over and doing exactly the same thing. So where did you have initially? Did you remember when all of a sudden you saw a plane going over and coming from Afghanistan? Do you forget how many people came over on those planes? Remember when they told the whole, you know how you'll go through the airport and you basically will go through the airport and they will check you. They'll check your shoes. They'll check your shirt. They'll check your brassiere. They'll check your ears. And they say, no, you can't come through TSA without being violated, scanned, radiated. No, they want to check you. But when the whole thing, the shenanigans happened in Afghanistan, and they were over there, and they said, oh, they're being takeover and hostile. They left over like $1 billion worth of military equipment, and they let all these Afghanistanis in the country unvetted, saying that they had to rescue. Remember, they were climbing all over the plane, coming in the United States, coming in. Guess what they told TSA, y'all? They said, TSA, don't check those people. They were already violated. Why would you hone in and check them? Why are you going to go and put their stuff all over? Oh, that's good. I saw. Yeah. I saw it. Yeah. You what? Did you drop it like it's hot? That's how you got it? I'll talk to you about here. Yeah. So, they let them on the plane. They said, don't check those people. They've been violated, as if the Native Americans weren't violated enough. You can't let them be checked. Just let them bring their militant weapons of mass destruction, their payloads of viruses in their bodies. Just let them come in the country. We're a free nation. Why should we make them feel marginalized like we do our own population of people? So you and your tax dollars was paying for all of these people climbing all over the plane like a plague of roaches coming into a new country and unvetted, not checked, and they left a whole $1 billion worth of equipment down there, which one of the Sea Stars went over there to do a whole, she went over there in Afghanistan, you know, to go and visit, and they were seeing all of the U.S. military outfits, fatigues, guns, all the holders being sold by the Afghanistan markets, being sold. But your tax dollars, you know, but your IRS won't let you not pay taxes, right? You can go to the doctor's appointment with the high medical that you basically are going to quacks who are either going to medicate you or try to cut off something or make you get a medication that helps with one thing but gives you 50 other side effects in another way, right? But, oh, and also your tax dollars, which literally is weaponizing and giving everybody free medical all over Europe, but you have to go to the doctor and barely lose your pension and use all your money to try to just maintain your health after being chemicalized, poisoned with chemtrails, food of mass destruction, water that has a whole bunch of fluoride that was purposefully put in there by the wonderful Nazis that were contracted by your Willy Wonka-assisted government that brought them in here after they just practiced on a whole bunch of Jews in the concentration camps after they told them that they were going to freedom cities. I'm just saying. Do I sound like a rapper? I could rap, y'all, right? Hip hop, a hibbity to hibbity hip hop, hibbity to the bang bang. I'm a rapper, y'all. Okay? I don't know if I'm sorry, if I'm a racist for sharing this with you, talking about people in the Middle East. I don't have a lily pad in this fight, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just mentioning things that I'm observing as a United Fakes fellow citizen, and how it's interesting that you make us go through a whole rigmarole going through the airport, getting checked up our rectum. You darn near give us a pap smear when we go through TSA, but you gonna let a whole bunch of people that you already subjugated to war, bombs, kill their grandmothers, let their children be beheaded, and then you go and just let everybody come in here unvetted. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe I'm mentally ill. Maybe I'm not telling the truth, but I just think that's interesting. Well, you have to pay your medical, and you getting a whole bunch of, you have paid for, you got to work your whole life in a job that pays you bare minimum and get medical that is nearly not even comparable to those in so-called third world countries that most people are going to Mexico, Colombia, and Brazil to go get a doctor's appointment because you're trying to kill them. But I'm just, don't listen to the frog. I'm a trans frog. What do I know? I don't even have a lily pad in a pond in this. You know what I'm saying? Put a like on the video if you're up for the shenanigans today. I'm sure this video will be taken down. Because remember, YouTube told Fleur Brun that she's a terrorist. I'm on here spewing terrorist information. I'm basically telling you lies and mass destruction. I'm just a mom. What would I know? You know what I'm saying? How could I speak this? Why? Because most channels are punks. Like all these channels that say, oh, don't come on my channel and say anything about this. Don't come on my channel and say anything about the cucaracha shot. Don't say any cucaracha shot on my channel. Don't talk about things that'll take away my money and mass destruction, because I'm getting paid. I'm getting monetary compensation from a company that baited and switched us, told us that we were on a free website that was going to allow us to express ourselves fully. And then as soon as you start building up, everybody's coming over to YouTube. Now you bring in NBC, ABC, and all these bastards, and then you start limiting and censoring our conversation and literally uplifting people who are punks on YouTube. Because anybody on YouTube that got more than 700, 300, 100,000 subscribers who's so-called speaking the truth, unless they getting hit and called terrorists or their videos are getting taken off, they are the sellouts. Yeah, I said it. And no, I'm not drinking vodka and I'm not drinking liquor. I'm actually sober. I'm drug free. I have to drink water that is shipped in from another country because our water systems are so jacked up from all kinds of fluoride, chemicalized Magellans, all kinds of graphene, weapons of mass destruction. And then God knows what other opioids and other things they pumping in our water So I got to go and ship water from another country where we give them free medical, because our country, we're just basically used as chattel to allow the Queen Lizzie's colonies of mass destruction to live better than the United States. Welcome to the end, friend. Don't worry. They're gonna set out they're probably gonna put out a nice little, a weaponized lasers on my house to try to fry the brain. But unfortunately and gratefully, I'm a frog of mass destruction, so we're not really as impeded by that. And I could just hop over to another border. Big up to everybody who's jumping ship out of the United States, because it's on and popping, okay? All right, so y'all, all these purple lights that they're putting up, it's to basically bait and switch you and to make you numb so that you won't see where you're supposed to go at the time when you're supposed to see those purple lights. All of the Willy Wonka systems in every one of these countries, for the most part, is trying to kill its citizens, okay? They've weaponized your food. They've dominated all of social media with all these Zionists and Jesuits that are basically telling you things that are lies of mass destruction to make you feel and coddle you and make you feel like everything's safe. For those who are still watching Super Bowls and going to celebrate the wonderful Thanksgiving, which basically is a celebration of all the murders and gentrification and colonization of the indigenous that barely didn't make it, and all of the other native tribes that are sitting here are the sellouts that allowed the other native groups to basically be killed and savagely genocided. You're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving next week, enjoying your turkey and mass destruction that the natives, beautifully shared effortlessly with such love in their hearts to help the new visitors to acclimate to their world, while the new visitors said, oh, we like your beautiful land. Yeah, let me just take in everything, and let me put some smallpox on blankets so that I can murder your children and basically give viruses to all of you so we can get rid of you fast enough so we could take on your land without having any complications. Enjoy Thanksgiving next week, y'all. I'm glad, but I'm a racist, though. I'm sorry. I'm just a frog. I don't really have a lily pad and a pond in this battle. You know what I'm saying? When I called myself a Carib, I was called a hater and called arrogant for stating what I was genetically, because, reminiscent, showing a brown copper woman who literally remembers and doesn't have any sort of dominating traits of those who came and genocided other people and other nations that she's associated with. God forbid I can actually say that I'm a native and actually say that with free reign, because remember, they thought that they killed all of us. When a couple of us pop out of the closet like, oh, shoot, a native bone. Oh my God, she's a Negro. Oh, we can't tell her she's a Negro. Oh, don't let her come out. she's going to let everybody know what we did. And that's why you don't realize that there's never going to be any sort of, reparations, because you don't give reparations to natives. But if the natives don't know that they're natives, then they're going to ask for reparations because you told them they're African Americans, because you did a bait and switch. How beautiful this country is. Oh my God, make America great again. Who for though? The frogs? Because I think, and even with the frogs, I might be having sex with myself soon because of all the chemicals they put in the water. So I don't even know how long that's going to last. You know what I'm saying? Making America great again. Who? For the natives? Who were basically, genocided? And the others ran over the Mexican border. And the ones who ran over the Mexican border, which are the Apache and the Comanche, which were the baddest indigenous who fought some of these nasty bastards who came here and did a bait and switch. They are demonized and called aliens coming back on a landmass that their ancestors walked on without any sort of borders. Go figure that. But, who are you listening to? A mentally ill woman who says that she's native and really she's from Africa, though my ancestors remember where they're from and yours may not even be from here. But don't listen to me, because I'm just a frog. Calling me arrogant because I actually like myself and I love my lineage. Go don't figure that. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting because if I was twerking and had a BLM flag on the back of my behind, and I was basically acting like a savage going to robbing stores and being a criminal, then everybody would accept me better, right? Then I would be the reminiscent of the black people in this country if I was acting like the very savage that doesn't exist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like myself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like who I am and like my skin and love my hair and love my hair color and love my eye color and love my father and love my mother. I apologize for loving myself. I didn't mean to offend anyone for liking my skin color and feeling like that was okay. I'm really sorry for those. I didn't mean to insult you for denoting my Caribbean history and my Carib nationality and my lineage. I apologize for that. I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to offend you of talking about good things that come from being brown or copper skin. I didn't mean to talk about good things about myself because I should have just been in self-hate. I didn't mean to talk about the fact that I picked a husband that looked like me and my children and that I love myself, so I picked an image that was reminiscent of myself. I apologize for that. Please do not take that as anything else but me just trying to keep it real. But I apologize. I did not mean to make you think that there are brown women that are educated, that aren't marginalized, that aren't taking drugs, that aren't twerking, that love themselves, love their family, and has a good father living in the house with them. I apologize for breaking those stereotypes. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize by saying that Africa is a beautiful nation with so many multiple groups of wonderful people. And even though that isn't where my ancestors directly came from, that I have such love for that nation and I really respect them and honor them. And that even though the United States has re-gentrified people, taking away their actual national lineage and connection to the land that they lived on, that literally, that was a problem. I apologize for that. And I apologize to the woman who came in my group acting like she was cool with brown people, but basically throwing her own people under the bus, talking about all their personal business, telling people's business, talking about how they thought that a celebrity from the movie Highland was calling them, but really they thought they were psychologically ill. I apologize for that. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do it. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. Next time I'm going to try to come on and act more black for you. I will. And I'm going to try to twerk. I don't really know how to twerk. My mother didn't twerk. I'm not an alcoholic, but maybe I could smoke some weed for you to make you think I'm authentically black. So that would make you feel more comfortable. I apologize for that. Being in love with yourself is too much nowadays. So I apologize because, already, I've been labeled as a terrorist by the very corporation that told us we had free speech on here, YouTube. And then I've been labeled as a terrorist when I'm coming on here, haven't ever twerked, haven't ever showed my genitalia, haven't ever smoked a marijuana. I haven't drank on here. I don't curse. I take care of my children. I love my parents. I love my children. I love my home. But I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't know that loving yourself is very terroristic, or speaking the truth about your native nationality that's been lied to you and historically wiped away to allow other people to live on a land free without guilt. I'm sorry. Welcome to the Exodus, y'all. I apologize. Can I say, I'm going to sing the national anthem, y'all. I pledge allegiance. Where's the heart? I'm sorry. The upgrade. The heart used to be here. It used to be here. I don't know where the heart is. We had to upgrade. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under devils and Satanists, under individual, under God, with liberty and justice for none. Does that make it better, y'all? You want to stay in the United States of America? Go ahead. You want to stay in a country that's killing you up by weaponizing your food and causing a whole bunch of coups and telling people that they black when they're not, telling them they're for African when they're really not, telling other people that it's okay to gentrify and take away a symbol that was really innocent and make it into something perverted? You could stay. If you call that terroristic, then it is what it is. If you think it's okay for all of these people to have access to a girl's bathroom, to allow grown men with tall heels who still have balls of mass destruction to enter a girl's bathroom and use it to perhaps molest her in the bathroom because he decides one day to dress into a skirt because the whole country has allowed him to be change his gender to make him more accessible to young girls and to kidnap them, go ahead. To tell little brown boys that they're nothing, then you basically tell them that they're not applicable or appropriate to go into corporate America. And then when they start selling marijuana, you put them in jail for 10 years, and then you freaking, you legalized it and put a whole bunch of chemicals in it. And those poor boys are still living in jail because they couldn't get a job, but they're animals, right? They're apes, monkeys. The monkey world, right? But you won't show the videos of others robbing stores. You just like Willy Wonka, you Zionist bastards, you freaking Jesuits devils. You like to show all the brown people doing dirty things, but you don't want to show anybody else doing anything, right? Because we're the only demons in this world, right? We're the same people who let everybody in this country, allowed them to walk all over us and kill off all the babies here so they can feel comfortable with their white picket fences, but we the devils, right? I haven't gone to any country, dominated it, lied to the people, act like I was friends, and then stab them in the back and take all the resources, but I'm the devil, right? Robbing a liquor store doesn't really equate to robbing a whole country of its resources, sir. I'm sorry. For every cell phone in here, I'm sorry, my people of so-called African origin, I'm not going over to Africa letting little babies go and go in holes getting cobalt for your comfortable cell phones, but I'm a devil, right? You want me to support Palestine and Israel, but you can't even recognize what's going on in Haiti with the United States going over there causing coups, kidnapping children to eat them and use their organs, and having a whole freaking a political stance of them murdering their president, prime minister, and y'all don't even talk about it, but you want me to support Palestine, right? How am I supposed to support another country when you don't even see anybody else? You only want me to support you because it's appropriate now because all the governments are telling you that that's something we should talk about. I'm going to talk about things that happen in my neck of the woods. Why am I going to go over to the Middle East? We got problems over here. What's this song? What's the song? Oh, wait. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to be a patriarch. I want to be patriarchal frog. Okay, hold on. My country, 'tis of thee, free, sweet land of liberty, of thee I see. Lands where